If looks could kill, Tanos had destroyed the Gauntlet of Finitude and absorbed its power. The resulting transformation was unpleasant. Talia and the fleeing evil got the hell out of there.
I'm the Queen of Evil! The power flows through my veins!
Tanos had fully unleashed the Gauntlet's power, transforming into a giant monster that was definitely not green for trademark reasons. High energy light shot from his eyes, melting everything in its path.
Ah, the goddess of light has blessed me. The cleansing light of my eyes will burn all evil from the face of the earth.
How many times I killed the goddess! She can't bless anyone anymore!
And even under the earth you are not safe, you despicable creatures.
Tanos's laser eyes carved a hole in the ground that stretched down into the depths of the dungeon. If these lasers were to hit the dungeon heart, it would be the end of the absolute evil. Meanwhile, in the underground, Talia had other things she considered important.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna make some hackneyed crack about women and mirrors now, you miserable chauvinist. The fact is, that thing gives me a brilliant...
The laser eyes were leaving a trail of devastation through the dungeon. But in the middle of their path, by pure chance, of course, stood Talia's mirror.
Ah! What devilry! Talia, you vile thing! You are truly the most evil spawn that ever existed! Just wait until my eyes have recovered. Then my cleansing gaze will burn you to ashes!
That Tanos is such a miserable jerk. He doesn't even notice when he puts himself out of action. I mean, that was my ingenious plan all along, of course. Unfortunately, my mirror also broke in the process. Where am I going to get a new one now?
Talia and the Absolute Evil had nothing to counter Tanos's gigantic laser eyes at the moment. Both agreed that a strategic withdrawal from these lands was the wisest choice for the time being.
So, well, if that's what the narrator says, then that's probably what happened, right? But fine, for now it probably really makes sense to get the hell out of Dodge. Forward, creatures! Line up in rows of 2. Hold the creature next to you by the hand, and then run away in panic!
While Talia gazed sadly at the remains of the mirror, the Council of Little Snots suddenly spoke up out of nowhere. It just so happened that they had just bought a huge stock of leftover mirrors, but since they all wore robes, where you could barely make out their faces, they didn't have any use for them. However, the Council of Little Snots was planning a huge feast called Thanks Gobbler. In exchange for some of those delicious birds, the council was more than willing to provide one of its mirrors.
Can't they just send us the mirror anyway? Oh, but fine. Forwards! Move it! Feed the gobblers, raise them, give them food, spiked with hormones and medicine. Wait, why am I even laughing?
A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Ding dong! It's payday! Your little snots have dug up a spider. You've dug into a spider room. A few of Tanos's more fanatical followers were not frightened by their leader's monstrosity, but rather encouraged. They gleefully rushed into the dungeon to attack it. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Your little snots have dug up a spider. An artifact was discovered in the dungeon. The bonus-grabbing evil had stored an artifact in order to unleash its powers. The resource-gathering evil sent a partial shipment off to the Council of Little Snots.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
You've dug into a spider room. You've dug into a spider room.
I may be momentarily blinded, but I have my eye drops here somewhere, and then we'll have a little talk, Talia.
The stuff-collecting evil sent a shipment to the Council of Little Snots. A new area of the dungeon has been discovered. payday. The resource-gathering evil sent a partial shipment on its way to the Council of Little Snots. The stuff-connecting evil sent a shipment to the Council of Little Snots. The resource-gathering evil sent a partial shipment off to the Council of Little Snots. Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon. The resource-gathering evil sent a partial shipment on its way to the Council of Little Snots.
My vision has cleared again. Time for some purifying fire. Look me in the eyes.
Tanos's eyes had calmed down again, and once more lasers shot out, burning through the underground. The Council of Little Snots was more than pleased with the many delicious gobblers the farm-owning evil had sent them. Grateful for its delivery, the Council of Little Snots sent the reflectionless evil a shiny new mirror.
Splendid! This will help us stop Tanos. At least once.
Mayday!
Talia, I, as the Avatar of Good, am willing to forgive your evil ways. Surrender and repent. We can talk everything over.
Oh, your usual drivel. Do you really think anyone is going to fall for that anymore? I'm going to kick your butt so hard that you'll have it in your sights when I'm done and burn it with your laser eyes.
Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon.
Ah! My eyes! Talia! You vile creature! Dare to oppose the light! Good will always win!
Although the mirror had once again stopped Tanos, it again broke under the strain.
Oops. Now that's a little suboptimal. Does this mean I have to rely on that Council of Little Snots advice again?
The Council of Little Snots felt not only mystical, but also magical. However, insomuch as the council members were as magical as moldy bread, they wished for some mana in exchange for a mirror. The proper resources lacking evil sent an empty-handed messenger to the Council of Little Snots. The resourceless evil sent a partial shipment of nothing off to the Council of Little Snots.
He's not gonna get up.
Enemies are in the dungeon.
The stuff-collecting evil sent a shipment to the Council of Little Snots. Evil's army reached a destroyed bridge, once known as the Bridge of Death, before countless swallows of unknown origin landed on it. Perhaps the nearby hero camp held an alternative way to cross the gorge. The resource-gathering Evil sent a partial shipment off to the Council of Little Snots. The resource-gathering Evil sent a partial shipment on its way to the Council of Little Snots. The invading Evil's armies had captured a city belonging to Tanos' fanatical followers. A mysterious portal lay within. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. Enemies are in the dungeon. The resource-generating Evil sent a shipment off to the Council of Little Snots. The Council of Little Snots looked happy and magical as balls of mana were tossed around like volleyballs. Another mirror from the Council of Little Snots was delivered to the glamorous Evil's dungeon. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. One of your creatures has bit the dust. Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Tanos's gaze was no longer clouded. Lasers shot out of his eyes and burned their way through the dungeon. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. The Council of Little Snots was preparing for the so-called Feast of the Round Bellies. The only thing still missing were a few gobblers for the celebration. A mirror beckoned in return. The resource-gathering evil sent a partial shipment on its way to the Council of Little Snots. You have lost a creature forever.
If I momentarily can't see the world, I can still feel the creeping fear that is spreading through the underground there. Talia, surrender now and beg forgiveness.
Oh, of course I beg forgiveness. I beg forgiveness for not putting your head on a freaking spear again.
The resource-gathering evil sent a partial shipment off to the Council of Little Snots. You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon. Your little snots have dug into a spider nest. Happily sending its creatures through weird portals, evil had successfully used a teleportation portal and thus managed to lead its creatures across the gorge. resource-gathering evil sent a partial shipment on its way to the Council of Little Snots. Your little snots have dug into a spider nest. Your little snots have dug into a spider nest. The stuff-collecting evil sent a shipment to the Council of Little Snots. Your little snots have dug up a spider. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
The resource-gathering evil sent a partial shipment on its way to the Council of Little Snots. You have lost a creature forever. The Feast of Round Bellies could now finally be celebrated, thanks to the generous donation of gobblers. Another mirror from the Council of Little Snots was delivered to the dungeon.
eyes are getting used to this darkness. I can sense the enemy in my surroundings. I'm going to... Out! Ah! I stumped my foot, damn it!
Payday. His eyes had cleared, and again they burned through the underground.
Freezer! I have been blinded! Vile scum! How dare you resist?
The Council of Little Snots wanted some blight for their soon-to-be-held Halloween party to give it that authentic, putrid smell. In return, they would be only too happy to send the absolute evil one of their mirrors. The proper resources lacking evil sent an empty-handed messenger to the Council of Little Snots. Oh.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Your little snots have completely mined out a gold vein. Ding dong! It's payday!
Thalia, you will have to account for your actions. Once I have purified you, then you can face the goddess herself and ask for forgiveness. I can no longer forgive you.
Oh, the things you worry about, you crazy old man. I'm just picking out the right spear for your friggin' head. Maybe this one.
The resourceless evil sent a partial shipment of nothing off to the Council of Little Snots. Musty smells wafted up the Council of Little Snots' noses as they took delivery of the fresh, or not so fresh, blight from the musty evil. The Council of Little Snots sent the glittering evil another mirror. The conquering evil had destroyed a second base full of Tanis's fanatics. Its troops were able to use the portal there to cross the gorge again. You've dug into a spider room. Your little snots have dug up a spider.
It's payday.
A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Tanos's gaze was no longer clouded. Lasers shot out of his eyes and burned their way through the dungeon. You've dug into a spider room. Your little snots have dug up a spider.
My eyes!
The Council of Little Snots had had enough of snow castles melting on them. Now instead, a fort was to be built from toolboxes that would hold up well. In exchange for some of those toolboxes, the Council of Little Snots would be only too happy to part with one of its mirrors. The stuff-collecting evil sent a shipment to the Council of Little Snots.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
you have unearthed a new area in the dungeon. The resource-generating evil sent a shipment off to the Council of Little Snots. Payday. The resource-gathering evil sent a partial shipment on its way to the Council of Little Snots. The Council of Little Snot's toolbox fort was starting to take shape. A courier with a mirror was gratefully sent on their way. Another mirror from the Council of Little Snots was delivered to the dungeon.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
My eyes! I hate this! All I want is to be able to see again and burn my cursed foster daughter. Is that too much to ask?
day, creatures are collecting their pay. Tanos's eyes had cleared, and again they burned through the underground.
What is that? I have been blinded! Fire scum! How dare you resist?
The Council of Little Snots was known for its ascetic and philosophical lifestyle. It was now pursuing the question of whether money really did not stink. A few gold coins would certainly be helpful in this regard. In return, they could part with one of their mirrors. The resource-generating evil sent a shipment off to the Council of Little Snots. The resource-gathering evil sent a partial shipment on its way to the Council of Little Snots. The Council of Little Snots was extremely grateful for all the gold. Not only would this allow philosophical questions to be clarified, but also secret bank accounts to be filled. The Council of Little Snots sent the glittering evil another mirror.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Thalia, you will have to account for your actions. Once I have purified you, then you can face the goddess herself and ask for forgiveness. I can no longer forgive you.
the things you worry about, you crazy old man. I'm just picking out the right spear for your friggin' head. Maybe this one.
Your little snots have completely mined out a gold vein. Enemies have entered the dungeon. payday. Creatures are collecting their pay. Talia and the Absolute Evil had finally reached the evacuation point for their tactical retreat.
Phew, that was really something. We urgently need a way to stop Tanos again. I still have that sharp-pointed spear, just pining for Tanos's head.
To be able to stop Tanos again, it would probably be necessary to reassemble the Gauntlet of Finitude. However, the stones that filled the gauntlet were scattered in all directions. It would take some time to round them all up.
Of course. Nothing in this stupid dungeon series is ever easy. Any sensible person would think to themselves, boom, let's just beat the crap out of him and that's it. But no, I have to go through the countryside and collect some stupid stones. Okay, fine. Let's get this over with so I can get back to the point where I put Tanos's head on a spear.